Hello everyone, this is Marc. How are you today? If you boil water at 100 degrees, it evaporates. If it rains tomorrow, I'll stay home. If I were you, I would study English harder. If the Titanic hadn't sailed across the Atlantic, it wouldn't have sunk. In this lesson, we'll talk about conditionals. In my past lessons, I talked about these conditionals in separate occasions. So you may look under my playlist for these videos explaining each one separately. In this video, we'll look at them together. Okay, so let's go to the zero conditional first, and we use the zero conditional when there is no condition. Okay, and because it's always true. The example that I gave you was, if you boil water at 100 degrees, it evaporates. That means that it always happens. So the formula for this conditional, which is no conditional at all, is if plus present simple, and then the result would be the present simple again with the present simple. And so you can see, if you boil, so present simple, if you boil water at 100 degrees, it evaporates. So present simple again. Okay, there is no condition, so it's always true. Another example that I could give you is, if my smartphone doesn't have a charged battery, it doesn't work. Okay, you can see again the present simple with doesn't, and doesn't the second part, which is the result of the sentence. Now, this is the zero conditional, and in the first conditional, is used for real situations that can obviously happen. Okay, and the example I gave you at the beginning was, if it rains tomorrow, I'll stay home. And you can see that the first part, which is the condition, is if is followed by present simple. Okay, if it rains tomorrow, okay, I'll stay home. So will, the auxiliary will, plus the base of the verb, okay, stay. Okay, and I wrote here also that if can be replaced with when or as soon as in the condition part. Remember that it can be interchangeable between the condition and the result. So the result can come first and the condition second. It is very important to consider that after all these conjunctions or expressions, we need to use the present simple for the first conditional. Okay, and the next example that I gave you was, your English will get better if, and so this is the first part, I wrote the result here, your English will get better if you watch this lesson. Okay, and this is the condition. Now let's take a look at the second and the third conditional. So the second conditional, we use it for unreal situations that is probably not going to be true. Okay, unreal situations, I said, unreal situations. If I were you, I would study English harder. Okay, so we have the condition, if I were you, I would study English harder. So we need the after if in the condition part of the sentence, we need the past simple. If I were you. Were is the past of the verb to be. The second part, which is the result, we need would, okay, the modal verb would, plus a base verb, so study. Okay, now let's look at another example. Let's change the order. So let's put first the result and then the condition. I would donate a lot of money. I would donate a lot of money if I won the lottery. Okay, it is basically impossible to win the lottery. Okay, so but if I won the lottery, I would donate a lot of money, okay, to charity, for example. Now this is for the second conditional. So it's an unreal situation or unreal situations that obviously probably not going to be true. Okay, not going to be true. So the third conditional instead is about unreal past situations, showing what their results might have been. Okay, so unreal past situations showing what their results might have been. So the example I gave you was if the Titanic was a cruise, okay, cruise line that sunk, okay, at the beginning of the 1920s or 1930s, okay, 1920s I think. If the Titanic hadn't sailed across the Atlantic, I mean the Atlantic Ocean, it wouldn't have sunk, okay, sunk, the past participle of sink. So if the Titanic hadn't sailed across the Atlantic, it wouldn't have sunk. We have the first part, which is the condition, if plus past perfect. Okay, so had plus the past participle. Okay, so that's the past perfect. If you want, you can watch another video where I teach the past perfect. Okay, then the second part is would plus the present perfect. Okay, have sunk. Okay, have plus past participle. Okay, now let's look at another sentence with switching the result and the condition. So the USA would have been a different country. Okay, the USA would have been a different country if President Kennedy hadn't died. Okay, the USA would have been, okay, which is the would have been a different country, and then the condition if President Kennedy hadn't died, past perfect. And now let's recap. In English we have 5 types of conditionals. In this video I talked about 4 types of conditionals. So the zero conditional is when there is no condition, is real always, okay? It's always true. The first conditional is for real situations that can happen in the future. The second conditional is for unreal situations that is probably not going to happen. And I talked about the third conditional. The third conditional is for unreal past situations and to formulate what their result might have been. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you have requests, comments, or if you want to write your own example showing one or the other type of conditionals, you may do so under this video. Enjoy your day and I see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.